Greetings from my hideout, somewhere in the rural parts of Canada, where nothing is as it seems, nothing is normal because the toxic darkness is seeping into every fiber of our existence. I am your host, Denise in Canada, and tonight's guest host is Old White Guy.
Yeah, you don't gotta call me Old White Guy, you can call me Johnny.
That's fine.
I would say that when you start, you should say, like, you know, in full disclosure, that you do communicate with me away from this platform, so people don't
Right.
try to say something later, you know. But you're opening yourself up by having me on there.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
You never really watched YouTube before, right?
Well, I'm subscribed to 400 channels, so I would scan through a lot of stuff. But when I started the I Am a Canadian, I really searched around for Canadians. It's really tough to find on YouTube.
Yeah, is it ever?
Yeah, so that's how I found you. So the first time it was like New Year's, and you're like, yeah, I guess I have to say Happy New Year's, but what's there to be happy about? And I died. I was laughing so hard. That's about all you had said. I almost just fell off. Like, I was howling. It was so funny, but I think you were really miserable that day. But it was hilarious. I'm like, who's this guy? Who's this guy? And it was the first thing. So it was the first thing I showed my fiance that night. I said, you have to hear this guy. And then almost like regularly, I'm like, oh, you have to hear what Old White Guy said today. You have to hear what Old White Guy. First thing I do, I walk in the door. I need my Old White Guy video, or it ain't a day. It's like,
oh, that's awesome.
Well,
you had Mark Friesen on your show. Mark says, when we get the financials, I'm going to shove them up your ass. And I said to him, well, I'm waiting for that day. I'm wishing for that day, Mark.
It's
coming. It's never going to come, is it?
Well, it's supposed to. That's a whole other side of things.
Now they're all quiet,
yeah,
and they don't say boo. Prior to the PPC, I told them all, I said, you're all just stupid, man. I made lots of videos, and I said, watch what happens to all these YouTubers after Max loses. I said, they're all going to shut up for a while, and then some of them will crawl back, and they'll talk about different things, like Frank Vaughn went on the COVID thing. They all talk about different things.
Yeah.
Bring yourself up to these little haters by having me on here, man.
Yeah. Well,
the odds are pretty good. They'll say, hey, Old White Guy's on this show. Let's go there and attack her. How much do you know about the Muslim Brotherhood, Denise?
Well, I'm trying to learn a lot from listening to Quiggin Report and how much it's infiltrated. So do you listen to any of the Quiggin Report or Tom Quiggin stuff at all?
Not anymore.
Okay. So, and then...
I don't need that guy to tell me about Muslims.
No, exactly. But I did, because I didn't know. And then, you know, and I caught...
Muslims come in all shapes, sizes, and beard colors.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't care about their religion. I care about the Muslim Brotherhood trying to take over. So I don't care about Muslims or whatever.
It's the same thing. The Muslim Brotherhood is political Islam.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm more concerned about, because
it's not a religion.
That part isn't. No.
This is a separate debate.
A whole separate thing.
Islam is not a religion, it's an ideology. It doesn't meet any of the qualifications needed to be a religion.
And I'm not going to fight anyone on Muslim stuff. That's something they're going to have to, you know, they're raised in a different culture, raised with different beliefs. Same with Hindu or Baha'i or whatever other religion. That's not my thing. But if it's a political ideology that wants to take over Canada, that's when I...
You got to crush Israel,
no way.
And we need to crush Israel. We need to crush the United States.
Yeah.
And we need to turn all the world into Islam.
Yeah, exactly, and that's their goal. And watching in the last, this last month, especially with the cops and stuff, I think that's all tied in. We know for sure.
They would love that, man.
Well, yeah, but the cops are already
Isn't that funny? Those those people in Seattle,
Yeah.
they first thing they did was set up a
A border. Yeah.
and borders
Yeah.
and guns.
Yeah, exactly. And now you can't get in unless they check your papers.
Send us some soy food and non-vegan meats or vegan meat substitutes.
Yeah, exactly. That's insane.
Oh, make me a sandwich. That's how those little kids hate it when they say that stuff to them, eh?
Well, what I was going to say is the cops are infiltrated with the Muslim Brotherhood. For sure in Ontario. I know the Peel...
Toronto, the police chief is a Muslim.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that like, I know they're in our government and they're in our police, they're in our military, they're in every institution. So how do we fix this? We're always talking, okay, there's big problems, but how do we fix this? And people think I'm against cops. No, I'm against bad cops. I'm against, Muslim Brotherhood.
My way to fix it is people need to stop participating in the system and stay home for a few weeks. Shut the country down.
Yep. Well, we have to, I think we all have to speak up and spread the word and say something and do something about it.
I got my letter today from the Mounties about your weapons and stuff, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, my word.
So I guess that police force won't be getting shut down anytime soon.
Yeah, that's true. Or what I'm worried is going to happen, they're going to pretend they're defunding the police and institute Sharia law. And then it's full on.
Well, Sharia law is already in place in Canada.
Yeah, but
it's a Sharia compliant country.
I know, but I don't want Sharia police. I'm not wearing no burqa hijab. No way.
Well, that's a ways away, but I don't see America allowing Canada to be an Islamic nation right next door. But in the end, there are no post-Islamic nations. Once Islam gets there, it takes over. That's it. They breed you out. They get into politics.
Yep.
They vote for each other, and then they all of a sudden, well, we're not having no more elections because now we're an Islamic governed nation.
And it didn't take too long for it to happen in Iran. So they were perfectly good.
Pakistan and Afghanistan used to not be Muslim. They used to be Buddhist and Christian.
Yeah, and Iran was Muslim with the Shah, but in 1970, then the Shah got kicked out or whatever happened to him, and then
before that,
extremists took over.
It wasn't Islamic.
It was a normal.
They still fight amongst themselves. Now Saudi Arabia and Qatar, they're not down for the Muslim Brotherhood anymore either. They have a lot of fighting going on amongst themselves, just like they always have. Alawites against the other ones. Sunnis and Shiites. Fighting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
First, you got to get rid of us. Then they can go back to fighting amongst themselves.
Okay, and that's a good point. It's about getting rid of us. So this whole cop Antifa thing, it's about, okay, get rid of the whites. Right? It's so hyper focused on how bad white people are.
That's just crazy, over entitled, rich fucking white kids, man.
Yes, I agree.
How many Americans are going to really go along with that? The silent people that aren't saying nothing now going, what do you mean there's not going to be any cops?
I think it depends on each state. Because, like, Minnesota is really bad. Dearborn, Michigan is really bad. A Democratic-run state.
Wait till President Trump gets reelected.
Yeah.
And a Republican state.
If he gets reelected, he better get reelected, or it's going to be even worse civil war.
He's going to get reelected.
I'm not so 100% sure.
I am.
I'm stressed out. I was good. I was good until all this started happening, and then all this. Okay, we're gonna do mail-in votes.
Normal Americans are no different than you and I. Does the prospect of not having a police force thrill you?
No, but I think there needs to be police reform. There's got to be a change.
Well, this has been going on for a long time. I talked about this years ago when police are hiring more risky people that don't pass the psychological tests.
Exactly.
They're hiring more sociopaths.
Sociopaths.
Lower IQs.
Yep. And I don't know if you heard me talk about it, but the qualified immunity, I tried to see if they have that in Canada, but I'm going to read you right off of this. Qualified immunity for cops is it shields them from liability when they break the law.
Yeah, I know what it is.
They're giving permission for this, for them to develop, like bad cops to develop a bad attitude. So it's not all cops,
Well,
but there's
not that cut and dried. I mean,
No.
given the nature of their job, they have to have some kind of immunity, you know, or else people will be pointing a finger at them, or else we have what goes on in America now.
Yeah, I know it's complicated. It's very complicated, but it's got to be
In the
better.
past, I want my police to be a certain size, a certain weight, and a certain IQ.
Yeah, but with no attitude. Not. I was.
That comes with having a proper IQ.
You think so? You think IQ? Well, Bill Gates
For the
is pretty
most part.
smart. Bill Gates is pretty smart, and he's got an attitude.
Yeah, but he's a billionaire and he's evil.
Yes, exactly. So I think sociopath it maybe gets worse with IQ. I don't know.
You know, a long time ago when the Mounties first started carrying bags and stuff, I said I stood up for them all the time. I said, you can't get mad at these Mounties. I said,
Yeah.
the Mounties, it's like, look, shut your mouth or you're going to get fired and you won't get a pension and we'll make sure you never get a job again. So go there, do your tour of 2 or 3 weeks that they do, and shut your fucking mouth and go back to where you were after.
Yeah.
So you're a Mountie, you got a family, or you're older than even, you got kids and college bills and a mortgage. What are you gonna do? Well, I'm not doing that. Well, then you're fired, and we'll hire someone that will do it.
Yeah. Well, and I do know somebody that's an expert that gets called in to retrain the cops because of their attitude, and he says really, really bad. So I think that needs to be fixed. I was traveling across Canada. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm supposed to be on the Trans-Canada Highway, and then all of a sudden I'm lost in the middle of a town. All I want to do is ask somebody for directions. And I'm asking a lady out my window, okay, do you know where the Trans-Canada is? Like, am I on the right track? All of a sudden there's cops in my face. And I'm like, when is this against the law to just ask for directions? Am I not in Canada? Like, what the heck? And they had attitude. They're like, what's your problem? Why are you bothering her? Why are you harassing her? I'm like, holy, I was just asking her for directions. I'm feeling a bit lost. You know, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Ontario.
Oh, yeah.
It was scary for me because I was being treated like a criminal. So
By the OPP.
I was just I was too stressed out at that moment to really focus.
Most of the small towns in Ontario, it is the Trans-Canada Highway.
I realized, but I felt a little bit lost.
That's how Canada is on our one road only.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
People that have never been in America and have Canadians that have never been across the border,
Yeah.
have no idea what it's like.
Yeah, I've driven all the way down to through the states. I've probably been through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states or so. But it is a completely different world. Yes.
I used to drive a big truck, and
Did you?
then I was a mover for a while too. I've been as far west as you can go,
Yeah.
as far east as you can go on Canada. I've been
Yeah.
to Newfoundland a few times. I've
Wow.
been all over the states. I've been to Whitehorse. I've been to Yellowknife. I've never been to Alaska.
Right. Yeah, that would be
But
nice.
I've been in every state except Hawaii.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So you had a little bit of experience then.
I know what it's like in America. Truck drivers are king in America.
That's true. So did you have any confrontations with cops there or witness anything that was good or
never,
bad?
man.
No.
Never, man. I used to do this run that would take me to Plymouth, North Carolina,
Yeah.
and everybody's like this. Everyone's black there, right?
Yeah.
But when I talk to guys and you have a few beers and stuff, and I tell them what it's like in Canada, and they laugh and stuff, and I tell them big lies like, yeah, last winter Last winter there was so much snow. One of my friends' kids got ate by wolves, and they're like, what? And I said, yeah, man, but that's better because if a bear get them, they don't kill them right away. And
They
they'd be like,
pick them off
oh,
piece by
man,
piece.
you lying. And then ask you questions like, what y'all do in the wintertime? Like, don't the pipes in your house like us?
Oh.
Such?
Oh, really?
And I tell them, well, no, because we have a basement. And they'd be like, basement?
What's a basement? Yeah.
And I explain it to them, and you can see they're picturing this big concrete block in the ground
Yeah.
that your house is on top of that keeps your pops from bust. And I told them, like,
That's hilarious.
black people, I said, black people where I live, I said, they don't act like y'all. I said, they act like how you see black people in movies and stuff, man.
Yeah.
They try to act all cool and black.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but in America, black people know they're black.
Yeah.
That's the best way I could describe it, man.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference.
There
people
is.
to black people, man.
Oh my word. Like, I've been around Chicago and walked into the wrong
Yeah.
Burger King, and I'm like, oh, is it tense?
I don't care. It's not
Yeah.
the wrong Burger King.
Well, no, but you know what I mean?
my son
I felt a little nervous. I'm like, oh, you can feel the tension, which never happens in Canada.
My son had never seen a black people really until
Till he went
took
there?
him with me to Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, oh.
We go in this restaurant. Everybody's black.
Yeah.
Everyone working is black. And my son's like, Dad, everyone's black. I'm like, yeah.
Just make sure you start talking Canadian, and then it's all good. They will leave you alone.
Hey, man, as soon as it's hard. I've spent a lot of time across the border. As soon as I get across the border,
You
I'm
talk-
talking like they all do.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
all me. Do what? Do what now?
Yeah.
Where's that now? Where's that at?
Yeah.
And I phone for directions and go, yeah, hi, honey, you let me speak to who's giving directions to big trucks?
Yeah.
And then she'd say, well, where y'all at, sugar? And I said, well, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be coming in this way. And she goes, all right, well, you get up right there. You come on down the street. You're going to see that McDonald's there, but you don't go by that. You go back until you see the next one, and you take a ride at that McDonald's there, and just ride on down the road. We're right there, honey. Okay, thank you. I can't say, yeah, hi, I'm coming from Winnipeg, and I was trying to get directions to your location. They'd be like, do what now?
Yeah, exactly.
Win a peg? What? Yeah, man. I always say I ran teeth with this guy once, and we go in this chicken place in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I order blah blah blah, and then my buddy orders, and she's talking to him, and he's looking at me, and then I realize he can't understand her, right? So I said to him, just say yeah, and he's like, okay, yeah. And the girl looks at me and I goes, yeah, we're from Canada. And then she goes, oh.
Oh. That's funny.
Yeah, man.
So
you'll have to get into it, eh?
you drove.
Say like,
You drove all over, but did you grow up in a city or did you grow up rural?
I was born in England. I grew up when we came here. We grew in the country for a while,
Yeah.
and then we lived in the city, like in Winnipeg.
What age did you come over? Like
7.
what? When you were 7. Okay.
I already knew how to read and write and all that stuff.
Ooh, that's good.
First thing they do is put you back in school because you go by age in this
Right.
country.
Yeah. Wow.
So, I'm Canadian, man. I'm not nothing else. I'm not a hyphenated Canadian.
No.
I hate that
It's annoying. Yeah. I'm the same way.
This or that.
Yeah. And I never even thought about immigrant type stuff until Trudeau came into power, and then it all of a sudden hit me. Oh yeah, my dad's an immigrant, and I didn't even think about it. You know,
we have a friend who came from Cuba.
Yeah.
And he had to put up 10 grand for him, his wife, and his oldest daughter that was over 18.
Wow.
It took a year and a half for him to come here.
And then people now are just walking in or flying in.
That's the difference, man.
Yeah.
They're just economic migrants, and the money's gonna run out. Canada doesn't have any money.
Oh my goodness! And Trudeau keeps spending every day.
I mean, you know as well as I do that where you and I live is different. And I always say that Eastern Canada is different. They're different than the rest of us. Even those so-called conservatives. You know that little guys. They support Palestine.
Yeah.
They were supporting Palestine with their anti-Jew hating fervor. They support Palestine and for saying that Palestine exists, and you know Hamas isn't that bad.
Then that's
that's direct support for the Muslim Brotherhood.
Oh,
right
totally
there.
is. Yeah. Well, so how do we fix Canada? Did I lose you?
No.
Oh. You just don't know.
Well, I know, but Canadians aren't going to do that.
Do what? Do war?
Take our country back.
Yeah.
Canadians aren't going to do that. First, it's got to start by stop participating in the system. Stay home. Shut the country down.
Yeah.
Show the government who has real power. What are they going to do? Suppress us with Mounties?
Right.
This is where the fastest of Canada that works against us will work against the government. But people aren't prepared to put up with the hardships that something like that would entail.
Exactly, yeah. And we would have to do it in unity.
Pretend that someone like Max Bernier is going to come along and he's going to save us, and everyone talks about, oh, this person's divisive, this one's in, we need some unity, yeah, but only if it's your kind of unity, right?
Right.
All my arguments come out of these guys.
Yeah,
they alienated a lot of my viewers, and people got smart and realized that I was telling the truth. And I always tell people, you don't have to come on my channel and perform an act of contrition.
No.
You don't have to tell me you're sorry, you know?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, go do your official thanks for having me on if you want. I'm recording it.
Okay, well, thanks for having me on, Denise. It was fun. I hope everyone's not offended.
Yes.
Those of you that don't already watch me, can subscribe to my channel. It's Old White.
Yeah, subscribe to Old White Guy. He's hilarious. I was extremely offended. Not.
There's lots of them right here.
Words don't hurt. They tell the truth. And if you can't handle the truth, just go away. Toxic radio at night. We're all in the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm here to talk about all things toxic and taboo. No topic is off the table. If it's toxic to our families, toxic to our culture, toxic to our country, and toxic to our way of life, we'll talk about it.